Afternoon and welcome. My name is Miles McNall. I am the Director for Community Engaged Research in the Office of Public Engagement and Scholarship at Michigan State University. It is my pleasure to serve as the co-moderator with Shobha Ramanand for this session on broadening participation in STEM. As you know, a key NSF Broader Impacts goal is to increase the participation of historically underrepresented groups in STEM education and careers. And this panel discussion will introduce participants to the rich array of programs and potential partners on the Michigan State University campus for researchers who want to pursue this critical goal. Before I introduce our panelists, a few Zoom etiquette tips. Please use the Q&A function to direct questions to panelists. And please use the chat function to share observations, reactions, and any resources you wish to share. I am very pleased to introduce our accomplished panel of speakers today. Starting with Stephanie Anthony, the Director of College Access Initiatives in University Outreach and Engagement. Stephanie Chow, Assistant Director for Undergraduate Diversity in the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources. Kyle Foster, the Director of the Diversity Programs Office in the College of Engineering, and Stephen Thomas, Program Manager in the Graduate School. Today, we have asked our panelists to answer the following three questions. First, what should researchers know about your programs, your participants, and their goals? Second, what do researchers need to know about the students who participate in your programs? And third, what are your top three recommendations to researchers for how to approach you about partnerships for broader impacts? Dr. Anthony, I'll start with you.
Thank you. Hello. As Dr. Miles stated, I am Stephanie Anthony, and I'd like to begin by saying thank you to each one of you for your interest and your desire to conduct research with and to support the efforts of underrepresented students, both in the community and here at Michigan State University. As mentioned, I am the Director for Michigan State University's Office of College Access Initiatives. Our office consists of several programs which are geared to support the success of underrepresented students in preparation for academic and social success in post-secondary institutions. Our core values, as we've noted here, are community, diversity, which we relish as well, and service. There are several programs that are housed in the Office of College Access Initiatives, and if I may, I'd like to share a little bit about them with you. Our first program would be that of Educational Talent Search. Talent Search is a federally funded program which serves low-income and first-generation students here in the Lansing School District. The goal of the program is really essentially to increase the number of 6th through 12th grade students from disadvantaged backgrounds to support them in completing high school and to enroll them in a post-secondary institution. Talent Search works with 6th through 12th graders in a variety of ways: academic, financial aid, career counseling, after-school tutoring, mentoring, college visitations, and we also provide support to families of our participants through a variety of workshops. The schools that we serve here in the Lansing area are Eastern, Sexton. We also serve Everett High School, Gardner International Academy, and Dwight Rich School of the Arts. As I move down a little bit, I'd like to combine the two, Gear Up and King Chavez Parks College Day. These programs are really very linked together. It is a federally funded program, but it is actually administered by the state, if you will. And this particular program works with a cohort of 7th grade students, and it follows them from the 7th grade right into college. So from start to finish, we are there supporting our students in any way that we can. We also, through this program, offer Saturday academics. We offer school outreach programs. We do visit a variety of universities around the state and some even out of the state. We provide MSU campus visits to give students the exposure to see what it's like to be here, to feel the college experience, and to really let them know that they have the potential to do anything that they choose to do. They only must put their minds to it and work hard. We provide through this program 1-week summer residencies for our participants. And once again, we provide family workshops because we believe that this experience is transformational. And this type of growth will affect our students and their families for a lifetime. Our values, as we noted, once again, are commitment to the students and families that we serve. We also are motivated, and we want to motivate students to see their possibilities. We are also for fostering a culture of college-bound students where young people begin to think in that way, and creating a community of forward-thinking, civic-minded, and change agents to impact the world around us. Then I'd like to touch upon Upward Bound. Upward Bound is a federally funded program typically. However, on this MSU campus, it has been institutionally funded for the last 5 years, but the Upward Bound program has been on the MSU campus since the early mid to 1960s, 1965. There are roughly 118 students currently enrolled in Upward Bound of MSU. For all of our programs, we probably touch the lives of over 2,000 students. The Upward Bound program really essentially is preparing students, once again, for success in an academic setting, in social setting, and across the board. The program has a 100% graduation rate. UB's college attendance rate has hovered right around 92% since this pandemic. We can definitely see some impact, but we are just wowed by the motivation that these students are bringing to the table. And we find that to be a challenge that we're willing to take them up on, to continue to encourage them and to develop them any way that we can. The program, the Upward Bound program, meets once a week, every week for the academic school year. I often tell students, you are not just a student, you are a scholar. Students go to school, but scholars are pushing themselves beyond what they might even believe to be imaginable. The focus is primarily, once again, academic, but we do look at all aspects of a young person's life. Students continue on to the Summer Academy, where students will attend classes for 4 weeks straight, all day. During the last week, they reside on campus and experience the full impact of the college experience. Some of our many community partners include Abrams Planetarium, Non-Ice Arena, MSU Cell Club, the MSU Museum, the Michigan State University Library, the Michigan State University Dairy Plant, the Botanical Gardens, and many other sites. Some of the curriculum offerings include geography, chemistry, algebra. They include psychology, English, musical theory, botanical sciences, debate, literature, financial literacy. These are just to name a few. This summer, we will be adding a 3D printing course and one based on American Sign Language. CAI, and I'll go to the next slide, which is the acronym for our office, College Access Initiatives, currently has, in terms of full-time staff, we have 8 full-time staff and 14 student staff. We have an extraordinary team that brings a wealth of experience and, did I bump something off? Please excuse me. Well, I'll just finish up to say we bring a wealth of information to the table in terms of our staff. Our management staff currently consists of Mr. Paulo Gordillo, who is our associate director, and Mrs. Samantha Luna Simmons, the assistant director of KCPGU. So if one were to ask what would be the 3 recommendations that we would give to individuals if they were interested in doing research with our students, I would say that first is to not make assumptions. Many times, if someone assumes that someone is from a disadvantaged environment, our first generation, that the drive may be there, but the academic approach is not. Well, that is simply not true. We have students that are stellar students. Our students range from GPAs of 2.5 to 4.0. So we have some very, very bright students. All of our students are very dedicated and driven. The second thing that I would remind anyone who is interested in working with students in our programs is to know that probably 80% of our students are minors. So obviously, because you would be working with a minor, there would be a different protocol and a different approach. Parents are essential. That's the last piece. Parents would be essential to working with students from the backgrounds that we serve. I do have a brief poll that I'd like to put up, if I may, in the chat. I'll go ahead and add that and ask you to take a moment. Okay. And if there is something there that you think you may be interested in terms of a focus, please take an opportunity. No poll? Okay, let me try this again, my
I
apologies.
can see the poll, Stephanie.
You said what?
I can see the poll.
Oh, you can see it? There's a screen. And some people are saying that they cannot see it.
You did put the link in the chat.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. If you're unable to see it, I apologize for that. Certainly, you are still welcome to contact me at any point in time. I would love to talk to you more about partnering with you in ways that will benefit certainly our students. And we're excited at the prospect of working with potential individuals who would like to work with the Office of College Access Initiatives. Okay. Thank you. I'll go ahead and stop my share. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Stephanie. We're going to hold questions until all of the panelists have had a chance to speak. So our next panelist to speak is Stephanie Chow.
On me, everyone. So I'd like to indigenize the session a little bit with a brief intro. But first, I want to say miigwech to Miles for inviting me to speak with you today, and to Shoba and Julie for all their work on the session as well. Stephanie Chow, Indigenous Cause, Mucko and Dodom, Anishinaabe and Dow, Muskegon and Dojaba. Good afternoon. My name is Stephanie Chow. I'm Bear Clan of the Anishinaabe and an enrolled citizen of the Little River Band of Ottawa Indians. And I'm also from Muskegon. Woo woo. Julie, can you run the poll now, please? So please take a minute to answer the following questions. Have you heard a land acknowledgement given at an event? Have you given a land acknowledgement? Have you worked to create a broader impact in the Native American community beyond land acknowledgements? And so while you complete the poll, I'll give you a few minutes. I'd like to acknowledge that Michigan State University occupies the ancestral, traditional, and contemporary lands of the Anishinaabe, Three Fires Confederacy of Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi peoples. In particular, the university resides on land ceded in the 1819 Treaty of Saginaw. I recognize, support, and advocate for the sovereignty of Michigan's 12 federally recognized Indian nations, for historic Indigenous communities in Michigan, for Indigenous individuals and communities who live here now, and for those who were forcibly removed from their homelands. By offering this land acknowledgement, I affirm Indigenous sovereignty and will work to hold Michigan State University more accountable to the needs of American Indian and Indigenous peoples. So I sort of, with the poll, I wanted to gauge knowledge and interest in the Native American community, and the land acknowledgements are one way to do that. I also want to share with you that land acknowledgements are a responsibility. So the acknowledgement should be preceded and must be preceded by relationships with living Indigenous peoples, communities, and nations, and should be followed with ongoing commitments to these same communities. So Julie, I don't know, I can't see, oh, here are the poll results. Thank you so much. So yay, this is really excellent. So it looks like people have heard a land acknowledgement given at an event. Now we can probably say 100% have heard a land acknowledgement given at an event. And there's several people who have. And for those, hopefully, since you're giving land acknowledgements, you can give a broader impact by working and serving in the Native community. And there are several people who are doing that too. So that's very exciting. I'm excited to see that in the poll. Thank you, Julie, for running that poll. So one opportunity that you might use to have a broader impact in the Native American community is one of the programs that I coordinate out of the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources is the Michigan Indian Leadership Program. So this is an indigenized on-campus pre-college summer program experience designed for Native American youth in grades 8 through 12. So some of the goals are to encourage post-secondary education among Native American youth and exposure to A&R majors, so agriculture and nature resources majors, and other opportunities at MSU as well, while incorporating cultural and social events for the students. So we also do college access and college prep activities, and a typical day in MILP would start out with breakfast, followed by a morning smudge and a hand drum song. And then we do some SAT prep, which, as you probably can imagine, is one of the students' favorite. I'm joking, it's really not, but it's a necessary part of the program. And then we reward the students sort of for that with some recreational swimming and basketball at the IM. We have lunch in the cafeterias, which is another important part of the campus visit experience. And then in the afternoon, we do college activities and tours. So various departments will work with me to set up activities and tours that the students can learn about our majors and our programs at. Then we have dinner, and the students then participate in committee meetings. So as a part of the registration process, there are 4 committees they can select to participate in and really demonstrate their leadership skills. So one of those is the Powwow Committee, Leadership Committee, Memory Book, and Talent Show. And then we end the day with an evening social or cultural event or workshop. So we might go to the Zap Zone and play laser tag, or we might participate in a cultural event like the Powwow, which is held by the Powwow Committee. It is led by them. And then we all go participate in the event that they create during the committee work. And then we also do cultural activities and workshops, and we try to combine those with ag and natural resources, fields and interests, as well as cultural. So one example of that would be we made birch bark baskets, which is important artistry and skill in the Native community, but it also combines learning about natural resources and invasive species like the emerald ash borer, and how do you conserve and how do you protect those natural resources for future uses. Another program that I am affiliated with, I serve as one of the co-advisors along with Philip Seaborn for the MANRAS and Junior MANRAS group. So MANRAS stands for Minorities in Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Related Sciences. It's a national society that works to promote academic and professional advancement and participation through empowering underrepresented minorities in agriculture, natural resources, and related sciences. MANRAS has really been a leader in facilitating the advancement of students from marginalized communities since the 1980s when it was founded at MSU. Here in our local collegiate chapter, we're dedicated to professionalism, leadership development, career readiness, community activism and engagement. And our students, our MSU students thrive in this environment, and it creates a smaller community and family within the larger university. And Junior Manras aims to create the same environment for its pre-collegiate student communities. And our mission in Manras is to empower individuals of underrepresented and diverse backgrounds in agriculture, natural resources, continuing education, peer and professional mentor networks. So I just want to share a STEM fee story with you. So it's a past partnership, and the fee in STEM fee stands for food, energy, and the environment. And the MSU STEM fee project is funded by a grant from the National Science Foundation STEM program. The STEM fee career areas are animal science, crop and soil sciences, entomology, fisheries and wildlife, food science, forestry, and horticulture. The program consists of the STEM Fee Scholars Program and the STEM Fee Academy. So the Scholars Program provides scholarships, mentoring, a cohort experience, monthly interaction with scientists, and funding for travel to conferences, undergraduate research, and study abroad. The STEM Fee Academy conducts experiential, interactive programming for middle and high school students. And most of that programming occurs in conjunction with our summer pre-college programs offered through the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources. So MILP, or the Michigan Indian Leadership, is one. They also have partnered with MAP, the Multicultural Apprenticeship Program, and the ANR Institute for Multicultural Students, and AIMS-B, which is for bilingual students. So the Academy participants engage with MSU faculty, staff, undergraduate, and graduate students while learning about the career areas and career opportunities in ANR. So this STEM fee partnership was really powerful, and it was also provided so many great opportunities for our MILP students. And one example of this is Nevaeh Marshall, who is one of the outstanding student leaders in MILP for several years. And she is now a staff member for the program and serves as a peer mentor for the participants that are the pre-college participants. So she participated in the STEM Fee Academy over the years when STEM Fee did programming during the MILP program. And then she went on to apply for the STEM Fee Scholars Program and was accepted. And I'm happy to report that she is thriving at Michigan State University as a sophomore in horticulture. And she is just one of our shining stars. So we're so proud of that partnership and Nevaeh Marshall. So I guess my top recommendations to researchers, I would echo exactly what Dr. Anthony said. Everything she said, yes, follow her advice. And for me personally, if we have an existing relationship built on trust, you could probably come at me sideways and I would still partner with you. But if we don't know each other, I would say the first step to partnership would be to start building a relationship built on trust. So showing me what you know about working with and serving Native American, underrepresented, and underserved students, or showing me a willingness and desire to learn about serving those students. And I'd ask that you be patient and understand if I'm unable to partner on a project, and be open to referrals to other great partners. So if I'm overcommitted or I can't take on another project, I may be able to connect you with another wonderful colleague who serves underrepresented students. And I'd also encourage you to come with some fun, engaging, hands-on activities and opportunities for MILP students. So some of the activities that STEM Fee did with MILP were so fun. The students loved them. So the food science folks had students dissect chickens one year. They offered them edible insects another year. They made liquid nitrogen s'mores one year. The entomology folks gave a tour of the bug house, and the students got to see, hold, and learn about a wide variety of bugs. Horticulture gave tours of the horticulture and crop and soil sciences labs, as well as the head house, greenhouses, and various gardens on campus. So any way you can make science fun and hands-on for the students, that's always a plus. And I think it really inspires them, or makes them more open to a STEM career. And I would normally invite you to visit me on campus, but we're not able to do that right now. So if you want to reach out via email at chaus@msu.edu. Again, that's chaus@msu.edu. So I want to thank you all for listening, and I wish you all of the best on your grants and your broader impacts initiatives. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. That was wonderful. Julie, could you put Stephanie's email in the chat? Next, we're going to hear from Kyle Foster, Director of Diversity Programs for the College of Engineering.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope that you are enjoying all of the conference so far. I'm extremely excited to be here with you all to talk about broader impacts. I like to say that without broader impacts, my story is not possible. I came to Michigan State in 1992 as a freshman mechanical engineering student. And at that point was connected with the Diversity Programs Office as a student. I had faculty members, instructors who allowed me to do undergraduate research and really paved the way for me to go out and work as an automotive engineer and then come back to Michigan State to help students get engineering degrees. So I thank you all for all of your efforts, the great work that you're doing. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the Diversity Programs Office and ways that you may be able to partner with us. So I'm going to share my screen here. Hopefully, don't have any issues with it. Can everybody see that?
Looks good, Kyle.
Okay, very good. So as Dr. McNall said, my name is Kyle Foster and I serve as the Director of the Diversity Programs Office. We are a student support office that's focused on academic and professional development of students in the College of Engineering, and my email address is listed there. I'm going to talk a little bit about the mission of our office, our operations, historically who we serve, and then I'll talk a little bit about our programming and how we impact students. And so hopefully along the way, you'll be able to see some opportunities to potentially collaborate or partner with us. The mission of the Diversity Programs Office is to help recruit and retain a diverse set of students in the College of Engineering. We primarily do that through the programs and services that we offer. The students that we serve, historically, our target audience has been underrepresented minority students, first generation students, and students that have high financial need in the College of Engineering. However, all of our programming is inclusive. So any student in the College of Engineering that wants to participate in any of our programs can do so. Talking a little bit about some of the programming that we offer. The Michigan Lewis Stokes Alliance for Minority Participation, or MILSAMP, is an NSF grant-funded alliance of schools that have the goal of increasing the amount of underrepresented students earning degrees in STEM. We have a number of partner institutions here in the state, including the University of Michigan, Wayne State University, Western Michigan, as well as Michigan State University. And then we have 2 community college partners that help us do this work as well, Mott Community College and Washtenaw Community College. One of the engagements that we try to get our MILSAMP students engaged in, and also other students in the College of Engineering, is summer undergraduate research opportunities. We typically will partner with faculty to host students in their laboratories, whether it's doing experimental work or computational work. And this provides a great opportunity for these students to get their first engineering experience on the resume via undergraduate research. And also it gives them an opportunity to learn a different side of what they're exposed to in the classroom, and in many cases increases their persistence in going on to get their engineering degree. I know undergraduate research was extremely impactful for me persisting as a mechanical engineering student. We also host a freshman engineering seminar course, EGR 160, that I'm the instructor for. In that course, We are focused on academic and professional development of engineering students. We pretty much try to give them everything they're going to need to know in order to be a successful engineering student, whether it's from, putting together resumes, learning about the teaching learning process, connecting them with resources. We try to do all of those things and talk about exposure to different disciplines within engineering. So we really want these freshmen to be able to leave with kind of a comprehensive understanding of what the engineering field will present to them, because many of them have not decided on which engineering discipline they want to focus on. And so that's another good potential engagement opportunity for faculty. The Dean Showcase of Stars Breakfast is a networking event that we host every year. What we do is we put together some of the best and brightest students in the College of Engineering. We partner them with some of our corporate sponsors, let them network, and then there are scholarships given at that event that are sponsored by our alumni, as well as our corporate partners, and it really provides an opportunity for students to get connected professionally, and for us to celebrate their great accomplishments in the classroom. This past February, we hosted the event. It was virtual. We were able to give out over $100,000 in scholarships. And so we were really able to meet the moment for students at a time when, students need us most. And so there are opportunities for faculty to get involved there as well. The Guided Learning Center, or GLC, is one of the main tutoring hubs in the College of Engineering. We offer one-on-one tutoring in many science, engineering, and math courses. Faculty can typically collaborate with us by maybe having some of their graduate students volunteer as tutors, or we also hire graduate students as paid tutors as well. We've even had faculty who have donated some of their time to tutor students. So I know that doesn't fit for every faculty member, but if you come and say, hey, I'm willing to do that, I will definitely take you up on that offer. Then we also have a student success coaching program where we are helping students to develop their soft skills to complement what they're learning in the classroom. There's peer mentoring that takes place between juniors and seniors, mentoring freshmen and sophomores. And then we also have a faculty component where faculty members can mentor students as well, in addition to some of our corporate supporters being able to serve as mentors from the professional side. And then finally, we support two main registered student organizations in our office: the National Society of Black Engineers, or NSBE, and the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers, or SHIP. These student organizations are a great way for our students to develop their leadership skills, go to conferences, network with other professionals, and faculty and their grad students can serve as faculty advisors or co-advisors, or grad students can serve as graduate advisors. So that's kind of what we do in our office. If anything that you heard sparks your interest, don't hesitate to email me and we can set up a time to have a Zoom and talk through what your goals are when you're writing your proposals. As far as advice, I would just say, be open-minded, be willing to be patient, and step out there and give an opportunity to a student, because you never know where it's going to lead. You have the ability to impact people for generations to come. I would not be talking to you today if it was not for broader impact initiatives that I was fortunate enough to benefit from as an undergraduate student. So I thank you for your time and look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Kyle. Really appreciate it. And finally, we're going to hear from Stephen Thomas, Program Manager in the Graduate School. Take it away, Stephen.
Yeah, thank you, Miles. So I have some slides I would like to share with you. And to kick off this presentation, I have 4 initiatives that I'd like to share with the audience today. First includes the Summer Research Opportunities Program, which I'm the program director of, but then also Another set of initiatives that I also manage include the AGAP Learning Community, also the AGAP Student Success Conference, and the GRFP Grant Writing Workshop. So in terms of the SOP program, it's part of the Big Ten Academic Alliance Initiative. So every school in the Big Ten has a SOP program, but MSU we're one of the largest in comparison to our peer institutions. In terms of the roles that you can play as a researcher to be engaged in the SOP program can include positions like being a research mentor, participating in our networking sessions as a poster judge, short course instructor, but also collaborating with us if you wish to start your own RU program, the SOP program. We offer administrative support and recruitment support and getting applications to you, but also incorporating your summer interns and the various programming workshops or social events that we offer. And just to give you a little bit more background in terms of program outcomes and demographics, our program has the express interest in not only getting students excited about getting graduate degrees, but also get them excited about potentially coming to Michigan State for graduate study. There's also opportunities for departmental engagement, whether it's the networking sessions and et cetera. Just some stats about our recent cohorts. Our 2019 cohort was one of the largest with 91 students, average GPA of 3.5. Our 2020 cohort was smaller because of the pandemic, and that had 28 students with an average GPA of 3.4. 87% of our students are from underrepresented groups, and 68% of our students represent the STEM fields. So in other words, our program accepts students not only in the STEM fields, but also the social science fields as well. And we recruit participants nationwide. We've gotten students as far as west as University of Hawaii, but then also as far east from the University of Puerto Rico and the US Virgin Islands. So in terms of next steps, what I would suggest is that if you have an interest in, let's say, teaching a short course or becoming a faculty mentor, feel free to fill out this link here. I will include it, in the chat a little bit later. So in terms of the AGAP community, that stands for Alliance for Graduate Education and Professoriate. It was started with funding from the National Science Foundation. And this program targets underrepresented students from graduate area and also postdocs from across campus. It provides a forum for faculty and student exchange. Also for those grad students and postdocs, opportunities for leadership and peer-led publications. So you can envision your grad students or postdocs that participate in the MSU AGAP community have an opportunity to disseminate the research to broader audiences, the general public, as we take some of our publications with us with our annual trip to Washington as we speak with policymakers. We have a high retention rate of our members, and on any given year, we have about 250 active members at a given time. A little more detail in terms of AGAP Student Success Conference. This year, it will be November 5th through the 6th with the national convening of diverse undergraduates, graduate students, and postdocs. It's an opportunity for you to recruit potential grad students and postdocs and also junior faculty if your department is positioned to receive those type of applications. Friday will be our MSU day, where we have departmental presentations 2 to 4. Saturday is set up for presentations from the students and also recruitment at 3 time points. We've opened up to not only MSU departments, but also non-MSU departments and institutions as well for that Saturday. So in terms of the benefits, as you can imagine, it increases exposure to MSU to our participants. You also have opportunity to observe students present the research. You have a chance also to speak directly to applicants to the exhibit booth, and the grad school will waive the application fee for any of the participants that are interested in applying to their programs at Michigan State. Now I'm going to go in more detail in terms of the GRFP grant writing workshop that I manage on behalf of the grad school. As you might know, that the GRFP is a fellowship which is sponsored by the National Science Foundation. Undergraduate seniors, first and second year grad students can apply. The average workshop attendance is around 120 students. Now, the types of audience of people that participate, in addition to MSU students, we also invite students from our partner institutions, but also SOP alumni also invited to attend this workshop series. So in terms of opportunity for researchers, pairing you with the undergraduate participants can be a potential recruitment opportunity. The save the date for this year's series will occur sometime in May, and the workshop series traditionally happens between September and October every year. So then if you have any questions, feel free to visit us online, and my contact information here on the slide. I'm going to share the link that I just promised a little bit earlier in the chat, and I welcome your questions.
All right, thank you, Stephen, and all the rest of you for sharing all of these wonderful resources and programs that can help researchers meet the goal of broadening participation in STEM. I'd like to open it up for questions now, and my colleague Shobha Ramanan is going to pose the questions from the Q&A if there are any.
We have one anonymous attendee asking this question, and it is to Dr. Stephanie Anthony. The question is, I find the work you do with Upward Bound and similar programs inspiring. Do you have any job openings? So this is a question posed to Dr. Anthony. And this is the only question we have received so far.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that question too. I would tell you that we have actually 2 job openings coming up for coordinators, educational coordinators, specifically with the KCP program. And we are in the process of developing a position for the Upward Bound program as well. So we anticipate that we will have those as permanent or full-time positions in the next 40 days, 45 days. They will be advertised somewhere thereabouts. And during the summertime, we do seek instructors and professionals to teach a variety of areas. So we will be also hiring for individuals for the summer program, our summer academy, and those will be in the fields that I mentioned to you earlier. All of the science fields, the math, along each one of those areas. So yes, please. And I apologize too for my slide not going through or me not putting it through properly. I'll put that in the chat as well, so you have contact information. Thank you.
I hope the audience has some other questions they would like to ask.
Yes, please put your questions in the Q&A.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are other questions about how to connect to Stephen or Kyle or Stephanie and Stephanie.
In the meantime, I would like to say, Stephen, that I'm very interested in your GRFP program. I used to partner with the Honors College in doing some of the workshops, GRFP workshops. I've been actually a reviewer for GRFP. I did GRFP reviews for 10 years and took a break last year. So if any student, would like to read the applications, that's one of the things which I could offer help in reading the applications, MSU applications, and giving some advice as students are writing them. So if that is a help that is useful, then you know where I am. I'm in VPRI, so you can contact me.
Oh, no, thank you, Shobha, for that. Definitely take you up on the offer.
Yeah, I mean, when you've been a reviewer for 10 years, you should put that experience into good use to help our students. So, and my email is my last name at MSU, so it's easy to find. I think I'm the only Ramanand on campus.
All right, I think if there are no further questions for our panelists, we're going to let them go about their day. We hope to see you tomorrow. We have 3 more sessions tomorrow. We start off at 9 o'clock in the morning with a session on partners for engaging the public in science. Then 11 o'clock, supports for industry partnerships. And then we end the day at 1 o'clock with strategies for effective partnerships with nonprofits and government. So we hope to see you all in those sessions. Thank you again to our panelists. This was a very rich and valuable discussion.
Right. Take care, everyone.